everybody. That's some good hater coffee. Now, you're going to be listening to some music in the radio in the back because I got a radio. I ain't got new speakers for my fucking computer. I'm trying shit. I was like, Dad, give me a boombox. We gonna do this old school style. Didn't have a CD player because what I was going to do is have the song Beat It in the background because this is not, it's not really a hater vlog. Hey, this is a cool song. I moved to Denver with them, and I had moved back when I was 26 because my mom had died on my 27th birthday, so we're not getting upset. And everything was fine, and the first 4 years I was like, we're not going back to Texas, are we? And he was like, no, we're going to stay here, I hate Texas. And I was like, okay. And then, like, the mom was all like, this is my daughter-in-law. Y'all are common law. Get over it, okay? I'm sorry, but you're not in Texas anymore, sweetie. You're at common law, and his mom is the biggest fucking bitch you'll ever meet, okay? And I'm so sorry that her husband beat her and broke her hip and took every dime and cheated on her left, right, and up, down, back and forth, whatever kind of song you want to think to about that. And I don't care because she didn't beat her kids, and that's the father of him. See, like I say, the apple never falls far from the tree, okay? You need to ask him, like, did you come from a bad relationship? Or, how's your dad or mom? I don't have a dad. It left me and my mom. He beat my mom a lot, you know, but I was raised by sisters and girls. I treat women with respect. Man, fuck you, Sean Babb, okay? Because I went up there, and after, like, it was four years passed, and then, like, another 3 years went by, and I was starting to get kind of sick of it. Sorry, I'm getting ready to go pick up my last paycheck. So anyways, I go up there, and, like, time goes by, and I get sick of it because he just doesn't want to do anything. He's like, I work hard, I pay the rent in this house, and why you want to go somewhere? You want to go somewhere? We'll go to Chili's on Friday when I get paid. Oh, I've had so much Chili's, I don't need any more Chili's, okay? I love that restaurant. If you like Chili's, give me a woot woot. But I was like, man, or like we go to the movies, we caught some really cool movies, we saw all the new Star Wars movies, we saw, you know, that's what, he only liked to like, he was all like, I don't want to go to a bar or a club, because that's only going to start a fight. He doesn't drink, okay, and so he never drank, and I pretty much was forbidden after a while to not drink, because I was like, well, I'm a drink, and he was like, glass of wine, I don't mind, but when I have a toothache, bitch, I'm a fucking drink, and if I want to drink, I'm going to drink. And I started downtown all the way to Parker and Island, and if you're from Denver, Colorado, like some of y'all, two of my girls, y'all are up there, and a lot of my friends watch these videos, and you know who I'm talking about, or you know the area I'm talking about. So anyways, yeah, because he had the car until I left him and took my car back, okay? Because revenge is sweet. So like I was saying, time went on, and like, he was like, you're ignoring me, and I didn't even want to have sex with him anymore, and he was like, it was just like, I don't know, it was like he was gross in bed, and then to like have him touch me, I just didn't love him anymore, and it was so hard, and it's like, I didn't want to just leave, and like, I tried to just find my own place up there, but then like, he'd find out, and he'd be like, oh, everything's fine, and you know, like, sometimes I get drunk real quick, like, after work, you know, with my friends, and, you know, like, peppermint schnapps, and he'd be like, wait, you've been drinking rumplements because it's, you know, you don't like peppermint, remember? And I'd be like, okay, yeah, I did. I took a couple shots of rumplements, okay, just because I had a hard day at work. I mean, come on! Or, you know, I'd take the bus, and it'd take so long, you know, I would actually stop at, like, Old Chicago on Colorado Boulevard, and, you know, there's an Old Chicago's, and I would sit at the bar and have, like, you know, just a drink, or, you know, I'd go to one of those little gangsta, like, Monroe's Liquor on the corner of Colfax and 15th. Yes, and I have walked almost the whole strip on Colfax, and I was a hooker, but, so sometimes the 15 wouldn't come, and fuck the 15. And if Sinbad is watching this, yeah, fuck the 15, okay? And, so, you know, I've had to walk up and down 15th just to catch a bus, up and down Colorado just to catch a bus. So, yeah, I'd stop, get a bottle of wine, get a thing of whiskey real quick, you know, a little handheld. Or, you know, or I'd stop at a bar and just get, like, these cheap little shots, whatever. Anyways, long story short, you know, like, just one day, he's just like, you always ignore me, da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, it's not even, it's like we're roommates, Well, you know, why don't you just, like, you know, go and sleep in the other bedroom, you know, and I'm like, well, the other room is, filled with our storage and our junk, okay, and he would, like, push me down, and, like, first he would, like, you know, because I'd be like, just get away, you're making me upset and freaking out and everything. And he would like, I would be trying to walk past him, and he'd be like trying to juke like it's football, okay? And like he would just bump me, and I would like fall like and hit like a table like that size, and I had a bruise like that big on my leg, and I fell on my knees and had carpet burns. He's like, that's what you get for running into me. He was 6'2", probably 300 pounds, 250 or something. I mean, he was a big guy, not a fat guy, just a big, tall, just a big, I lift wood and do floors all day, kind of big, rugged guy, you know? And I mean, and I was like, how can I run into, you know, and I started calling my mom and my dad, and my mom was getting really ill, and she was just thinking like, oh, it's gonna be okay. One time your father, he would call me a whore, and I'm like, no, I gotta talk to daddy, I gotta talk to daddy. And so like, you know, I couldn't get a call, daddy's busy, blah, 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 okay? And like, finally, like, you know, something like, he was getting mad at me or something because I was on the computer, and he was all like, you and the computer, he's like, you don't love me, you love that computer, and he was trying to rip my whole computer apart, like he was like picking it up, and he would just shove me to the carpet, and he took a hot like cup of coffee, and he threw it right on my back, and I cried so hard, and he was like, you're sleeping on the couch, I don't want you ever be, you know, you better, he called my dad, he's like, your daughter's a whore, and you better come pick her up, and she's, I mean, there are names he called me that I do not, I'm not going to repeat. I mean, I talked to my dad, and when I got you know, Sean left, and I was like, Daddy, I was like, he's doing this. He said I ran into him, and he pushed me on the floor, and he hasn't physically hit me or slapped me, but he's called me this and this name and that name, and these horrible names that I have never heard someone call me before. Not even my own father. Not even nobody. Not even like I might hear like, you're a fucking bitch, you know? But I've never had anybody just say some of the things that he said. On my back, and I'd lay on my stomach. I was talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, you gotta come get me. You gotta come get me. We gotta load up the car and just drive, and I'm leaving everything behind. I have to go. I don't care. And my father loaded up that car. I picked up my last paycheck at Noodles and Company. I left that because, I mean, even though he didn't punch me, beat me, or anything like that, I'm not gonna stand for a man who calls me, I don't care about bitch and shit, because I tell my boyfriend Chris right now, I'm like, you don't fucking talk to me like that again, because he's a fucking... The only last thing I wanted to talk about was, the only thing I was going to just bitch about was because of my hater coffee, that I get to go get my last paycheck, and oh my god, they're going to pull all of my stuff on a tab, and it wasn't a very high tab, you know, like beauty products and stuff. So, I'm going to get my last paycheck, and, holla bitch what? I'm supposed to maybe get one in like 2 more weeks, but, I'm a motherfucking bona fide hustler. Shelly makes sure her gas tank is full, and, I don't know. I gotta get a sack. Just burn these just because, you know, first of all, like I told you, I have a cousin in prison. I'm gonna leave a link on the side again, because he's got a cellmate who is very attractive and not crazy or anything. And then there's a link to where you can go to his little ad, and it tells you everything about him, and it's got a couple of pictures on there, and he's a really cool guy. I even wrote him, you know, because I was all like, dude, I'll write you. And he's like, man, find me a nice girl to write to. And it's not sexual. He's not trying to have some porno conversation in the letters or anything. He just wants something to write to. Yeah, I guess he teaches a GED class, and he helps with children or something like that, but he'll tell you all about his problems and issues. And so we'll go from there, because we're going to get ready to get, like, I don't need therapy. I need YouTube. And Miss Shayna, you're going to get your cheese dough next time, bitch, holla what. I love you so much.